Hi everyone, I'm Jessie, and today we are talking about AI and AI in media industry. So to better understand what is AI, we invite Bosco to talk with us. So today I would like to focus on media industry. As I know, many media and organizations, they do not take an active role to develop AI technology something. Why? Why they don't take an active role?
Yes, that's a good question. I think there are many reasons. Of course, whether the people, right, those who can make the decision, they want to change, this is one thing, of course, right? Sometimes people are hesitant to learn new things, right? This is, of course, one reason that is related to human, right? But okay, assume, all right, you are open mind, you want to learn new things, right? You want to take into new skills, right? But that's still not easy because AI itself, as you just mentioned, right, involves also knowledge and skills related to mathematics, statistics, programming. That means those computer science things, right? It's a mixture of many things, right? Yes. Then you also mentioned that it's absolutely right that at least nowadays, for example, if you want to train a model to make some whatever business decision, they're all different models and they have to be trained by different data, different types of data. When you design the model or design how to train the model, you need to teach the model to work or to output something that you want, right? And in order to do so, you need to have an understanding of what the problem that you are actually solving, right? So if you want to have a model to help out in some kind of problems related to media, then those engineers, those scientists also need some background knowledge regarding media, right? I mean, I would say no one knows everything, right? So it must be a collaboration between a lot of different parties. But I would say why the media industry right now, perhaps they are not so active in this direction is perhaps they could not find a way, right? Or maybe some people are interested in doing this, but if they don't realize what kind of problem they want to solve and how AI could solve this problem, then it's quite difficult to start, right?
So as we know, there are many AI to write news, right? So maybe in China's Xinhua agency, they create a AI anchor. And maybe in the United States, some news organization, they use AI to write article about financial. So in Hong Kong, maybe it is less or maybe no media organization to use AI technology to write news or create news content.
Yeah, I would say, again, it could be complicated, right? A lot of reasons. But I would say not only for the media industry that actually Hong Kong, we have a limitation in a lot of things.
What limitation?
First of all, it's about whether those people, right, how you can attract those people that could actually do the things that you would like to do. So in this particular case, for example, assume if some kind of media agencies, they want to develop AI, right? Then of course they need AI people, right? They need AI expert. Then how can they attract AI expert, right? This is one problem, right? Currently, the environment in Hong Kong is not attractive, okay? In terms of, I don't know, whatever, right? Daily life or you can name it, right? So life is not easy, right? In current Hong Kong society. So if you want to, just like every other industry, right? If you want to attract expert, of course, you need to have something that attracts them, right? Then this is one thing. The other thing is, I think, well, of course, Hong Kong is still a small place, right? Then if you are talking about media industry, then it's not a really big industry. I don't know, it depends on what you are comparing with, right? With limited people, it is not easy, right? They don't have a strong motivation to start using this, right? If you have a lot of competition between different agencies, if you need to handle a lot of data, you want to give good quality news, you want to have good quality production. Now, all of these are motivation, right? A lot of people, they don't have this motivation because, yeah, why I need to change, right? I can keep doing this, it's the same, right? No motivation. Maybe I don't need to improve, it's still okay, I can just earn my salary or something.
But how government can do?
In that case, I would say it needs to address the needs of AI. We just have to realize the problem, right, that we have. Now, first of all, we have to admit that, as you just mentioned, we are falling behind in terms of the development, right?
Yeah.
But they first need to admit that this is a problem, right? Because many people, they will still think, yeah, we are not doing AI, yeah, but so what, right? We only need to care about the property market, right? We only need to do this, right? Yeah, we are falling behind in AI, we are not developing, yeah, what's wrong, no problem, right? So I think it's the attitude, I would say, right? So as long as you don't think this is a problem, or you always think, yeah, there are other things more important for you to do, you don't put resources into this, then of course you cannot develop anything, and of course you can attract no people to help you.
I'm curious about the filtering that, lots of fake news in the internet. Maybe it is in image, video, radio, or even article. And there are lots of self-media that appear in the internet. So how AI can do to do the filtering and action in the internet?
Yes, that is not easy, I would say. It again depends on how you define the problem, all right? So now we have some fake images. Okay, fake images may be those that, okay, depending on what you mean by fake, right? Yeah. Everyone likes to put up a nice profile pic, with some photoshopped whatever, right? That make beautiful. Then is this fake? Yeah, depends on how you define, right? So for example, some people, right, we find that they send out exactly the same messages to hundreds of people within a short time. Now, those people are suspicious, right? So we would target on these cases, and machine could help us to, for example, trace, whether these accounts share the same profile pictures, or whether these accounts have strange activities, right? Now, then we can identify those fakes, right? But if you ask a very general question like, oh, we have this image, is this fake or not? This is very difficult because it's difficult to define what fake means.
And I can see that maybe I can be a news media because I can post something on my YouTube or Facebook to tell something, and everybody can be a source of news. So it can be a risk in the future or even now. Do you think that AI can do or do nothing, right?
Well, certainly AI could help, I would say. Maybe in an example where maybe let's assume, right? If someone is posting something, right? Maybe he gave a speech. Okay, let's say, right? He gave a speech, right? Commenting on something, like all those KOL, they need to comment on something, right? And then again, if they are famous, right? Then a lot of people would believe in what he or she said, right? This is quite difficult indeed, because in those cases, what I can imagine is perhaps just an example, right? It's not happening now at this moment, but what I can imagine is maybe future, if we have a good AI or some machine models, right? They could track or trace the history of that particular KOL, right? Or maybe his or her previous videos or previous whatever, right? Products, right? Also could track maybe how many likes or whatever he or she has, or the comments that he or she received, right? Then to give a score to those KOL, whether these people are reliable or not, right? Yes, this can be done.
It's a kind of learning method, right?
Yes, right, it's kind of learning. Right?
And just like as Stephen Hawking said, AI may be a worst event in the history. So do you think that Stephen Hawking is right or wrong?
In fact, there are a lot of even the technology or scientific people, they share,
Their own
quite, there are different opinions. So I could not say whether it's right or wrong, right? I mean, even like in Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, he agrees. I mean, he likes AI, all right? So, but Elon Musk, right, from Tesla, okay, he's more conservative towards AI, right? So actually they have such debate before, right? So hard to say right or wrong, but I would say before judging right or wrong, we need to know what AI can or cannot do at this moment, right? So as I mentioned, right now what we can do is all what we call weak AI, right? Or this artificial narrow intelligence. So focusing on different specific tasks, right? Those AI are unlikely to I don't know, start a revolution against human, right? And we are still far away from this artificial general intelligence AI.
So, thanks Bosco to coming today, and I hope all of you have a better understanding about AI. And in AI, you just said it is a big concept, and it's all about big data and about programming and about mathematics. But don't worry, so it is just a really beginning about development of AI, right?
Still have a long way to go. Yeah.
Thank you all.